Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. We're back, everybody.
Hey guys,
Hello.
how's it going?
Look, I've unceremoniously kicked Bowsy out of the casting booth, and I've brought in Discount Bowsy, aka the man behind it all, Dave.
Yeah, sorry guys, you're stuck with me. So we are here at One Up Games again for the second part of the New England Summer Cup. It is the knockout tournament coming up right now. We have 6 players. Bowsy's actually racing in this one.
That's where.
That's where he is. We kicked him out. He's been downgraded to a measly competitor.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the format for this event, it's going to be 3 knockout tours. The highest average score across those 3 tournaments, or 3 tours, will be the winner. So William Cree is the defending champion right now.
Yes.
Did he win the knockout?
I don't think he won the
I can check. Hold on. Let's see.
We're going to look back into the...
I didn't ask you.
Either way, I mean, we did just see William Cree steal the end.
Okay, so
Awoken was
yes, it was a tie between Val and Awoken, and in a tiebreaker, Awoken won.
That's crazy.
So then Ember was only 1 point behind at 30. William Cree down to 25. It was very, very close. So remember, these are average scores. So one screw up could really screw you up. So I'm gonna say to Val,
it's on you. You got this.
You're good to go. You're good to start.
This. Go ahead.
Start that. So remember, it's 3.
3. That's
3.
all you get. There's no room for error.
There is not.
But there's a lot of these. This is also a long race.
Hard.
We will be letting the players choose what's going on. But again, it's going to come down to how can you do. You cannot afford to mess up. You have to play this fairly well. And I think, Dave, we just kind of caught a nice preview from the closing of the the major circuit to what we're going to get, and I still have to say,
oh crap, the player names are wrong.
Dave,
stand by.
He's fine. I'm just gonna let him do his thing and keep talking. You get me. You get me actual anime about. You get anime Netflix adaptation about.
What?
I'm the Netflix adaptation of Bowsy apparently. But there's still plenty to go because again, you can't just win one. Getting a first place does not necessarily clear you and save you going into this. It is an average of it and an average of all those points.
Absolutely.
So make sure that you have to do well. It will be players' choice as they're setting up the lobby and getting all the bots ready. It looks like they are getting in. The first course has been selected. I can't quite see.
Here it comes.
There we go.
There you go. Sorry.
I'm gonna be real.
I am multitasking right now.
I say you're doing multi things right now, and I'm gonna be real. I am not nowhere near as knowledgeable of Bowsy, so it will be a little bit more of a cleaner just race from us because I couldn't tell you where we are, but I can tell you where. Actually, I think we're leaving Wario the Wario Shipyard.
Wario Shipyard, yes, exactly.
We are heading out of there. Still plenty to go as we break into the first 20. I mean, it's, again, as Bowsy kind of alluded to, the water will slow you down. You want to try to get as much hang time, as much air time, and as much of that ground time as you can get, but it's still fairly tough as we get into the open and the items start flying.
Exactly. All right, so I finally got this fixed.
There we go. Praise God.
Yes, I promise. I know what I'm doing, guys. I promise.
He's not used to being on this other side.
No, I'm not.
It's very fun. Look, this is just going to be way more casual. You're just going to get 2 of us just kind of doing this. Next item pack does grab, and Bowsy going to go ahead and sneak, kind of drop a little bit to get those items advantage. He'll be rewarded with a triple and continue to try to get those in following his namesake. He does eat that shell, and that's what he gets for being out from behind the desk.
Something I've noticed, especially with the new item balancing, is that the first couple sets, you're going to get a lot of mushrooms, and normally that might not be the greatest thing in the world, but in Knockout Tour,
that's big.
Because everything is transition courses, there are so many shortcuts to take, and having those shrooms to do it is absolutely critical.
You see it right there as Bowsy following up with the rest of it, just cutting those corners as close as you can. There are still little shortcuts you can take, but again, a lot of this is just keeping your lines tight, making it close as Val leading in. Super Racer in a familiar position at the front of the pack, leading into the next items, grabs the double, and is able to try to separate a little bit more as we come into this first leg. Coin. Green shell, at least a little bit of protection. Squash right behind them.
Yeah.
Those 2 Toadettes, just a familiar sight here, front back to back.
Yeah, we're seeing a couple different schools of thought here. I mean, we have a couple players like Squash and Bowsy absolutely running as Bowsy. With
what
a
timing! Wow! No way this man gets rewarded for that. That's crazy.
Wow! And he is cackling like a madman.
He saved
over there.
it. He's plays. That's crazy.
So
someone punish this man. He can't be allowed to get away with that.
Oh, don't worry. We'll punish him later. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yes, you'll never see Bowsy on camera again. No. So as I was saying, as I was interrupted by an amazing play, there's a couple of schools of thought here. So we see this right here. We have a couple people running. So Bowsy obviously running like absolute crazy. Squash doing the same thing. Then we have people like Ember who are sitting in the back, just sort of slowly creeping up. who will then have to make a final dash at the very end.
Blue shell out, looking at it's coming in. Bowsy's going to try to play it out and maybe try to wait. Didn't quite get through it. Squash now still in range, though, of Bowsy, who eats that second red shell. Feather's going to be no good here, but Pack catching up as we'll cross that line. We'll start to see some more players drop as we get to 16.
Absolutely. Super Racer currently in third with a horn. A horn in third is not great. It's not great. Unless you're going to be able to get up on a shortcut and then maybe take out the top two. You're looking to get rid of that relatively soon and replace that. Yep, there goes. Yeah. Using it in fourth, going for that double item box. Let's see what Super Racer is going to get. It's going to be, bomb. A good bomb snipe. This gets the bomb snipe successfully. Moving Super Racer up to third. Squash still ahead. Looks like Bowsy got hit out in first. Ember was up in first for a moment. Now back to third or fourth. Currently, everyone is still in. No one has gotten knocked out yet, which I would sincerely hope, because we have some. Everyone here is a really good player, and you don't want to get beaten by CPUs. So people are gonna. Yeah, make sure that doesn't happen.
I mean, look, we joke about Bowsy a lot, but Bowsy is a top-tier competitor.
Absolutely.
Bowsy could absolutely be playing
especially in knockout tours.
Yes.
He knows these knockout tours forwards and backwards. If you check out his YouTube channel, he has a lot of content on knockout tour, and even what a bomb snipe. Even predicted the two most recent knockout tours that were added to the game. So if there's anyone that knows these tours intricately, it's going to be him. And so he's going to be the person to watch right now. And he's currently sitting in fourth in a star on that line. That's a nice shortcut.
That's a cool shortcut.
I had no clue you could go over the top.
I would say, speaking of niche things there, that's a pretty neat shortcut. William will take the boomerang, though, as everybody scrambles for the food. Ember is going to, again, in a familiar position with this gold shroom. Going to go ahead and try to get a little bit of few tricks, try to play themselves along the way. 12th is the number to carry through, as once again a Toadette wears the crown in the front. Ember a little too far away to even see it, so for now the red shell will have to be used defensively.
Squash sitting in first, 2 defensive items right now with a decent lead, so it's going to take someone with maybe triple reds or a shock coming in to really shake this up.
We should see one soon.
Yeah, the thing is that as the field gets smaller and smaller, the chances of a powerful item like that coming out will get lower and lower.
That's true. Coming to the round corners here as we continue to boost our way through. Squash looking in. Super Racer not quite able to keep the line, have to make the best of those shrooms as they could. Again, like you said, just cutting those corners, using it to where you can keep those lines as tight as you can be. Super Racer falling dangerously low here.
He's got to be real careful here.
No, he's out.
Oh, no!
No, he
is
did not
out.
make the cut. That's tragic. One of our previous high places falls out earlier, and Val now, as we look to the top 8, holding in third is William Curry, just in front of them, leading the way, and that is still Squash in the front. Bowsy coming in fresh. Mind you, Bowsy didn't have a warm-up. Still coming into 6 here. Actually, kind of crazy impressive from Bowsy.
Like I said, if anyone's going to perform well in Knockout Tour, it's going to be him.
Yeah, crazy.
Even giving William Curry a run for his money. And I think by what we're seeing here, Knockout Tour is not William Curry's strong suit. It is not.
Definitely not. It's definitely not the strong suit. A lot of these players don't dedicate the time. They learn the individual tracks because that's what their focus is on. But still a lot to go here. It's a gold shell and a lot of gold for Bowsy here. We'll start to have to.
He's balling right now.
Yeah, he's looking for it.
Perfect opportunity for that gold shroom. Take it right now. Look at that. Just cut his placement in half, going down from 9th to 4th.
Still getting like a little bit more.
Yeah, he's okay right now. Good. Ember currently in 3rd. And Bowsy gets hit back a little bit. He's right on the cusp here. He's got to be real careful.
I mean, he used that gold shell for a little bit defensive. Jumping in there, hit to the biddy buddy. It's Ember there.
Yeah.
He manages to avoid it. So coming into this last stretch as we cut to 8, looks like we only lose maybe 1 or 2 here.
Yeah, I think it's both CPUs.
Yeah,
I don't think we're losing any players. Yep. So we're coming into there's only 2 legs left. Two legs left. There we go. That was what I was trying to say.
2 legs left and still 4 players to go here as Bowsy trying to hold into a fighting position. William Curry sends the hammers, has to try to give themselves a little bit of space just to avoid those dry piranhas. Try to buy their way through. Still very, very close, but Squash continues to be in the lead here. And I think that's
he's just running.
He's just running. No one even close at this point.
Maybe
2 defensive items.
Maybe this chemical shake things up a little bit.
Let's see what one it is.
Oh, no.
Nah, just interesting. Nope. Just a weird guy.
Unfortunate.
Oh, no!
Oh, Squash!
Oh, tragedy.
Squash takes a drink in some
very hot
some nacho cheese down there. Ooh. This opens the door for Bowsy to move up. And William Cree currently sitting in 2nd. Remember, this is a fresh tournament, so William Cree's amazing performance in the Grand Prix Tour tournament is irrelevant here.
Yeah.
This is a fresh start.
Yeah, I mean, Squash still, again, had a bit of a lead, still just not able to really kind of play. But we're coming into an open part where pathing will matter.
Yeah.
Val holding on to this with an 8. And
Val's got to go. Val's got to go.
Has to go now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we are going to lose a couple players here.
Yeah, it's going to cut down here as the finish line's rolling into sight. Val did, again, sends the gold shroom as well. No, that's hit out. But that's enough. They stumble forward and keep the momentum. Bowsy still in third here. Going to likely make the cut, but it's going to be really close now on the edge.
As long as no rogue shells come out here at the very last second, Bowsy should be okay. Looks like Val's going to make it too. Yes, Val is going to make it. So
we have
Ember has just been eliminated though.
That's our fourth down. We have our top 4 here. It will be 2 of it, and this is a familiar site for all the players. Squash still in a familiar space as well in first. So still with 1 lap of this to go.
Yeah.
This is close, Dave. This is going to come down to the item usage. And
no one had the guts to try to go for that cut. And
I don't blame them.
You do not want to take that risk, especially when they're so close. Like, this is actually surprisingly close right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of distance on the map, but no, someone did go for a cut there, and it got lost. But Val with his gold shroom just managing to push through. I don't think that's enough to catch up to Squash, though. William went for it and didn't quite able to get it.
It all comes up to this last item box. Squash has no defense whatsoever, so as long as a red doesn't come out, Squash is going to take that first win.
William Krieg bringing up the second, and Bowsy will sneak into third position. So very, very close, actually.
Absolutely.
Across the board as Will. Come on, show us the thing.
Come on. Hey,
there we go.
Numbers.
There
it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Wow, that was very quick. Wow, Squash.
Wow,
Squash was like, yeah, we're done. I want the next course. Let's
exactly.
go.
If you blinked, you didn't see anything there.
I mean, that was a very, very close race. I do think there's a lot of interesting things here, Dave, when we talk about it. We know, again, Bowsy being fresh from the behind the desk, coming out and getting a third is a very, very good statement.
Absolutely.
Our savant of the legs here very knows what's going on. But Squash, like we had said, struggled a little bit in that Grand Prix portion. Came out looking very, very strong here. Every course average will matter, so you have to place well consistently. But it's still very tough to kind of say. Squash off to a great lead, though. I do expect that in future legs, this will probably benefit them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's hard. This is such a different beast from the Grand Prix, right? Like,
oh sure,
you get to everybody's so used to thinking, oh, what's the one course I'm feeling? Am I feeling technically good right now? And it's hard. But now you can't look at that. Now you have to look and say, all right, what do I feel comfortable? What's the best combination of maps I feel comfortable on? There's only 2 that copy over that. It's both boomerangs, but we will be going over to the gold shroom course instead. I think that tells you, really, like, nobody's really prepared. No 2 players have really the same idea of what they want to run.
I think an interesting way to think about this is that we talk about a tournament being a marathon, right?
Yes.
A standard Grand Prix tournament being a marathon. This is a marathon of a marathon.
This is ultra marathon.
Yeah. So, marathonception.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of thatception, though, we'll still see a few of these players. Squash going to drop back here to try to play for.
Yeah, we're going to see that divide between runners and baggers.
Yeah, so the baggers are jumping back a little bit, all the way to 24. But like you said, with those changes coming in, doesn't necessarily change a lot. Now Squash up all the way down.
Bowsy is screaming about something. I don't know. It seems
he is too close. I can't tell. He's very close to the screen right now.
Yeah.
I know. Squash dropping all the way back just to get a shroom feels kind of But eventually the second is
that a professional term?
Look, that's what I'm calling. It feels very med in me. I've called some things very med in the past. That's at least as professional as I'm going to get it.
All right, fair enough.
Even William Cree back in 18, we're trying. You can see it. They're trying to bag a little bit, trying to get some better items. Only being rewarded with mushrooms, and those are high value, like you said, right now when it comes to these kinds of courses where how tight you can keep the line going forward makes the difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Once again, we're seeing a lot of shrooms coming out here, but people aren't using them immediately.
No. There's a Coachella joke here. I just don't know exactly how to make it, but there will be plenty, as Bowsy will take that shortcut there, try to use that great ramp off and catapulting into first from it.
Kamek's coming in. What's going to happen here?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Kamek is uninteresting.
Oh, man.
Bowsy. That shock. I'd say Bowsy was very well positioned with 3 reds there.
That shock's not going to, I don't think it's going to affect our
Too
players
much.
at all.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like William Cree is the furthest back in 14th right now, so, sorry, 17th.
That's still pretty far back, though.
It is. But remember, once the CPUs start to get eliminated, it's gonna
better.
he'll catch up real fast.
Yeah,
we
with a
know
gold-
that he can do that.
Yeah, with a gold shroom and 2 and 3, yeah, he's fine.
He'll be.
We'll see him up in 10, up in like top 5 in a minute.
He'll be riding off into the sunset very soon.
Yeah.
I'm quite confident in that.
Second leg of the marathon here, second of 3. So again, your placement matters. Great Horn coming out, stops Val in their tracks for the time being. But still plenty of items upcoming, including a set around this corner. Ember, all the way back at 18, does have big old shroom and a bullet bill. I mean, you kind of have to commit. I feel like you're coming into the corner. You have to commit those sooner than later.
Absolutely. If I was Ember, I would use it right now.
I would send it.
Once again, Bowsy is cackling like a madman over there.
Look,
I know we're picking on him a lot. I don't care. It's fun.
It's fun. Yeah, look, he deserves it. He deserves it because he's very good at the game.
Exactly.
He's very good at the children's racing game, and honestly, he deserves it. But Ember, again, Ember back in 19.
Wow.
Look, look, I call it as I see it. It's a children's racing game. Splatoon's a children's shooting game. It's the way we go. If you could fight me in Twitters. But Squash is going to catch that great dodge from that blue shell and not quite away from the pack, but again, in a great position to just dodge with one defensive item.
Yeah, we're coming up on the last quarter of this leg. 16th or higher. Looks like the furthest back in our crew right now is
Bold
William.
play.
Whoa, hey, taking that nice mud cut.
That's a bold play. Bowsy also took it, and both of them will be rewarded with a little bit of higher positioning straight into the top 3. And that's what we were talking about. You know, sometimes you have to know when to hold the items, and you have to know when to send them. There's a song about that somewhere, but we will hear that later.
Yep, William Creek getting ready right before the line, but it's not going to matter. He has a nice big gap there. A solid third place going into the third leg of the map.
Yeah. Still, I mean, again, familiar positions. We talked about William Cree, kind of a little bit of a struggle, but in a great position. This is where those points where you can't necessarily get away with bagging as much and holding those items, playing for those bigger items. But for a player like Super Racer, who we saw have a great success, you know, in these kinds of marathon runs, doing well. Bowsy up in 2.
Yeah, he's throwing a tantrum over getting redded over. Oh, and a shot comes in. Wow.
My man just ate everything.
Super Racer with a shock dodge in a boo, putting him right in first place.
That's everything you could hope for.
Yeah.
Just has to now hold this out. The mushrooms in hand should give him a little bit of a boost, but we'll have to see as it goes because Ember is on that danger zone.
Still half of the track left to go. Half of the course.
There's still a lot to go.
There is.
But it's
and you see those S-bends coming up. He's going to have some room to cut across the hills here. Especially if he gets more shrooms. Oh, but Bill will do that too.
Bill will do that too. Bowsy, I'm talking that high wire though, taking those shortcuts. Ember did have to boost them, didn't look for a shortcut there. Gonna take the coins instead as the rest of the pack catches up. I did see a bomb also go up there. But Bowsy played that high road, didn't know if they got off where they wanted to. Ember finally sends that bullet into the way. Hopefully it's going to take out 1 or 2. It looks like it might have almost hit William.
Val is right on the line here. It looks like that golden shroom is going to hopefully get her through.
Surely.
Here comes the, Val's going to be just fine.
I think
as is all of our players.
Still safe. Again, there's only like 9, what do we say, 9, 6 in the player circuit?
There's currently 5 right now because Ember was knocked out. No, that was the first one. So
okay.
All 6 of our players
are
currently
still in here.
Yes.
Yeah, so we really, this is probably the moment at 8 or better where we'll start to see someone maybe catch an unfortunate moment to start getting cut out. That's a great rogue mushroom for Super Racer though. As we wind up the mountain, great position, extra coin unneeded, but great red defensive. Yeah, you heard that. Someone's very serious out there, and I mean, this is that point where knockouts are going to matter.
Yep. Bowsy in a good position here with the Bill, holding it, just sort of borrowing William Cree's mushrooms there. Don't mind if I do. Sharing is caring. Those are no longer your mushrooms; they are our mushrooms.
Our mushrooms, and especially with the rabbits, is very appropriate.
Is it a coincidence that the mushrooms are red?
You know, there's someone that say there is, but I would say that there's a couple bullet bills in play.
Yeah, Val and Bowsy both have them.
It don't matter, I'll say, because once those are going to come out towards the end, and that will be enough to keep our competitors looking for that 8th or more spot. But great cut in from and around it. I mean, this is just chaos right now. No one really able to take advantage of those S-bends with the mushrooms.
Yeah. Val gets fine.
Has to pop it.
Has to pop it, yeah. Bowsy pops his too. We're coming in on the final corner here.
Can you see?
And now we are in Mario Circuit.
This should be good.
Oh, and a blue is out.
A blue's out. I mean, that's probably not going to cut too much. Val had to. Oh, no, that's detrimental.
Yeah.
Val maybe cutting it a little too close.
Squash is right on the line. Squash is right. Oh, falling back to 10. Hopefully he can take these.
Those mushrooms are good.
Yeah. Assuming he knows his lines here, he should be okay.
Yeah, great cut.
Yep. Val is also. Oh no, Val! Uh-oh, this is not looking good for Val. Maybe one.
Someone needs to get knocked back there. That's 2 back.
Nope. No, not going to be enough. Not going to be enough.
No, we're cut to our top set cut here, and it's familiar faces
Top
once
5,
again.
yep.
We're on 5 with Bowsy falling back to 6. A lot of explosions on the way out. It's familiar faces across the board. Ember now in 6, holding the gold shroom. Again, it's just we're starting to see it. And the consistency matters. This is where in one of these last legs it's going to be relevant.
Yep, Squash currently sitting in second with a super horn. William Cree doing what we exactly what we expect him to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just 2 Toadettes in first place. You know, it's about what we expected everything to be, but there's still plenty of time for an upset. Ember holding that shroom will take the shortcut onto the rail. Gold shell not sent forward to get the coins. You know, I respect that. We'll send it out forward now, maybe try to get that random play. No one there. Bowsy with a star, though, and a gold shroom. That's enough firepower to maybe keep yourself in the top 4.
Yeah, but look at that. He's not actually gaining that much ground even with that star. So he's going to throw that gold. Oh, and a shot. Oh, this could be devastating. This could be absolutely devastating.
Yeah.
Ember moving up about 2 places from that shock. And we are coming up on
the last corner.
The last lag.
And there's no items in play, Dave, so it's all down to the racing.
Exactly.
Squash in first will clear that line and continue to go on. Bowsy, unfortunately,
Bowsy's going to be gone.
Slow ride out to that last place. William Cree in 2. It's 3 Toadettes and a bit of buddy. Just there's a joke there. I don't know it, but they're all going to hit those technical lines coming as we round into Acorn.
We are down to Squash, William Cree, Ember, and Super Racer.
I mean, that's a top 4 in itself. That's a formidable, very top 4 here. Squash with the Wiggler, just, you know, it's fine. It is what it is. Squash really does need this, though. As Squash placed very highly in the previous race, this could cement them if they take the top.
Yep, we're coming up on the final turn up here.
Where'd it go?
Was that a blue? Oh, did it get horned out? Maybe?
I think it got horned out or something lost, but William's going to be the fun in taking that lead.
Absolutely.
Just dominating, creating that gap there, and it will be the other 2 Toadettes. It will be Ember crashing out a little bit before 2, and 3 and 4. The Toadettes parades continue. Very close amongst our top 4, but dang, very, very difficult to make this work. Yeah, William, it will be Super Racer in 3 and Squash in 4. 3 of those Toadettes all vying for position. Ember breaking into 2 does give give them a bit of an advantage, but you know, it's only 3 races, so every single placement matters here. Bowsy down there in 8 does hurt his chances quite a bit to fall through. So Dave's going to crunch those numbers. I'm going to continue to talk about.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to continue to tell you this is it. You know, we don't have that kind of leniency to kind of fall out. 1 bad race is really all you get. Bowsy there hitting that 8th is probably like the worst you can do. Bowsy almost needs a top 2 to 3 finish if there's going to be a pick onto it. So as the players continue to pick their next rounds, it's going to be very, very tough because, again, no repicking. Boomerang still in the way. There we will see Moon, a second Boomerang, but Boomerang the other new course. So a lot of our players who have had the time to grind into it and give it a chance really do want to see it, and I'm not surprised. Couple will round out, but it's a tough position to be in. Again, if you hit top 4 in your first race, you almost need a second top 4 to guarantee your placement.
Yeah.
I think we're only placing. Are we placing top 1 here, Dave? Or are we placing for this? We're placing 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. For trophies? I don't know.
We don't have trophies, unfortunately, because thanks to USPS.
But like metaphorical trophies. We're placing top 3?
Yes,
okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, so again, you have to do well here. We'll be the Acorn Rally to bring us around, so we will end up in the snowy mountains as we'll head our way out. But William Cree has a bit to prove. Didn't quite come out from the Grand Prix portion of our race the previous tournament. Has a lot to prove here, and this is it. This is our final race of it all. William Cree, as we'll head into the water here, a lot to play for. Those early items are coming out. Lots of coins getting dropped out. I saw the triple banana sent as well. And you can see it. They are sending right away, but Squash, once again, in a familiar position, comes out to first place. And again, uncontested, just driving in their lane. No, pretty moisturized. Very, very, very dapper look, too. Gets run over, but has to commit those items into it as Bowsy moves forward into the first position, gets a hit out, and the chaos continues. Squash again runs not just into the items, but also into the chain chomp. So still very, very tight pack here as we round through the first half of the first leg.
Absolutely. I'm panicking a little bit because both Ember and Super Racer are playing on venue consoles, and they are, I don't know which numbers are which.
I think Super's still on 10.
Super's still on 10? Okay, that makes
I think that sounds right.
Yeah, I believe you. I will take your report. If this is wrong, I blame you.
That's fine. Yeah. But we will make the cut to 20. I think everybody's safe. No catastrophic closures there. So with Bowsy in the current lead as we round into, I believe this is Mario Stadium transition. Oh, great shock. There's our first shock of the run, and the squish. Bowsy falling dead, falls back in the low. The good news, he'll get the bag for a little bit, so as these items come around the next corner, he should get a little bit of an advantage.
All right. I got the scores enter from the first two, so I'm just trying to be a little bit proactive.
It's hard. We're asking this man to do so much. He can't provide top-tier commentary like Dunking on Bowsy and to also run all the entire back end.
Well, that doesn't take a lot of skill. That's the thing.
Oh, man, we're sorry. We do love our boy.
We do love
our boy.
Yes,
but Ember, unfortunately, with the struggle back to 20th place. Bullet Bill, familiar position. Again, just becomes when do you pull the trigger as we round into the second half of the second leg. Super Racer down also, and again, plenty of these racers, we see them towards the back end. They're trying to dig these items out.
Super Racer testing his car insurance.
Yes, really.
Making sure his collision insurance is currently working.
Who do they use? Who's the insurance company in Mario World? I don't even know.
Allstate. I don't know. Other
you would think
other insurance options.
I just don't
available.
think we've seen a fictional insurance company.
I mean, there's fake in-universe billboards all over this game.
We haven't seen
no
one.
insurance. Yeah, that's
you'd think eventually a player like William Cree should go up after getting hit with so many blues.
You would hope.
You'd think that, but Bowsy here, Squash did have to send one of the bills to try to maintain that positional. Coming into the last leg here, we cut to 16, and I think all of our players continue to be safe. It'll
looks
be
like, yeah,
Chucks will be charging in, and Ember didn't manage to avoid that. Had to use the gold shrooms to keep themselves in. No, they're buried in the mud. That's actually. That actually is concerning. I think they make the cut. Val falling back. Everybody makes it in, but a little bit of a sweat brow, I think, coming into the second.
Well, we don't want to make things too easy.
Yeah, it can't be too unfathomable. Nah, it's got to. We got to build tension. We got to have some drama here. Dropping back to try to get some of those items. It's William Cree up in 2 here. 1-2 Squash. William Cree, a familiar position as everybody else just dives back here. Super Racer back in 11. We're looking for some good items. Hopefully maybe pull up into that by racing. Star, that's assumed very good yellow items. We'll use the star to
right the place to use it right here.
Yeah, they're going to try to cut both of those corners off to make that hard pivot through. Bowsy looked like they tried to go onto the rails, didn't quite make it across.
Yeah, he's stuck in the grass
yeah,
with some food, which is not going to quite make it. Yeah, he still got slowed down there at the end.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dangerous play, but sometimes you take those risks, Dave.
Yeah. I mean, and besides, we're still going to be going to top 12 here, so Bowsy is still okay at the moment. We are getting dangerously close to the end, though. It's coming up very quick.
Yeah, cuts at 12 here as we'll come off this top ramp. Bowsy in 7th, looking pretty safe here.
Yeah, I think all of our players are good.
Once again, all of our players not a concern in the world here as Val at 9. As we look to cut to 8, now the pressure is on. This is when we'll start to see it. This is when this can be very detrimental to your points count.
Squash has been just running away with this the whole time. He's been doing this in every single one.
Again, they're just continuing in first place, but kind of gets hit again, has to eat that blue shell.
Yep.
No one is really close. William Cree is second and number 2, but it's still fairly close. Every time it feels like Squash gets a little bit of a lead, it just gets kind of taken away from him directly. But Val still can see the pack and has to try to go. No, that's the wrong term. Don't go into the pipeline there. Don't go into the pipeline. We don't want that. No.
Nope.
Instead, go into the water. We'll take a little bit of a slow here.
Hey, look who is luckily in first by sheer dumb luck.
No, that's William Cree as usual.
Oh,
Bowsy is holding on to several shrooms. So
he's got quad shrooms right now.
He has to use these. There's not really a great place. He's gonna have to use these. You have to send it off this way.
I think he's gonna have to use a few of them. I think he's gonna try to save a couple.
Yeah,
especially because he's not gonna be pulling any. He's in first on the last leg.
No, he gets one more item to hold on to this triple with. I love the conservative play, though, I will say, from Bowsy. Hits up a defensive item. It's down the way, has to eat one of those. But going into the last leg here is very assured in first place, so that's a good. You'll take that.
He is locked in.
He's locked in. That's key.
Super Racer is in trouble here. Oh, Bob snipes himself!
That's tragic!
Oh, man. Well, respect. If you're going to go out in a ball of fire. That was a very noble
attempt
defeat.
Attempt for me. It's the big I'm going out on my own terms.
Exactly.
Yep. I respect that.
Exactly.
Cut to 4 is the name of the game here as Ember makes the. Yeah, you can hear it. It's just you have to laugh at it.
Yeah.
Cut to 4 is the number here. Ember at 5 as we're into a pretty straight track. You can see there's one big cut, but we're going to be inside a tunnel, so there's not really a way to take advantage of it.
No.
So it's just going to come down to keeping your lines tight and
Squash
getting punished.
gets backed by, who was that? Was it
I think that's Ember.
That was
Ember.
Oh.
Ember's the bitty buddy in 2 there.
Ember can play this game so ruthlessly sometimes.
Yeah. Look, you have to. It's win or go home right now. This is the last leg.
Yeah. Well, everyone's going home after this because the tournament's over.
That's not the point, Dave. Right you are, but that's not the point right now.
And here comes a blue for Bowsy, getting some blue raspberry flavor on a shell right there. Taking it like a champ. William Cree dragging a bomb in first is kind of a scary thing. I would not want to be behind him right now. Unfortunately, Bowsy is keeping his distance.
He knows. He sees it.
Yeah, because I would bet
there's
money.
a world where he dodges that drop.
William Cree wants to drop that bomb so badly right now. I can tell.
But Bowsy has the answer in hand. That's the crazy thing, Dave. Is like Bowsy's just going, I've got this. Look, I've got a feather.
If William Cree backs this bomb and Bowsy jumps over the explosion, I think
I'll buy him dinner.
Yeah,
I'll buy him dinner.
Exactly. So Bowsy and William Cree in the final leg here. Ember also in third, and Squash is in fourth. So those are your top 4. Very similar player roster here in the final lap.
Going for the high ground.
William Cree going for the snowy route.
Takes the wide, yeah, but these players expect to take those routes.
Yeah.
Those are normal.
And look at those treads on his bike. I mean,
that's crazy.
Snow's no problem.
Literal tanking it.
Yeah, exactly.
Does hit all the trees on the gap. Again, one of those just expected. The pros know how to do that, and these are the pros here.
Only pulls a single shroom. That's not what he's looking for.
Tragic. We're coming on the last corner, the last U-turn. It's William Cree, cuts it short, and in a rare moment, William Cree leads the pack. Ember coming in for 2, Bowsy for 3, and I mean, it's hard to say from that outcome because we've not had a repeat winner. I think this is going to come down to the points, Dave. We're going to have to put you to the numbers to crunch it out.
Yep, that's what I'm going to be doing right now, folks.
So, an incredible round. I do think honestly, so I'm the casual here. I'm the tourist from it all. But I do want to say I do love this knockout. I think it's such an interesting variant on this. It's such an interesting.
I'm here, guys.
He's still here. He's just number 200 on the side. It's such a different world to play in because you can't just run the course. You can't just learn the circuit, learn the shortcuts. You have to have your good fundamentals. And we saw so much of that where people are not only just fundamentally driving well, but also just using their positioning well, knowing that, in the second leg, third leg, you can still fall back, drop a little bit, and still kind of come back. I see Bowsy's heading around the corner. Maybe I'll get a chance to talk. No, he's not. He's leaving me. Bowsy's abandoning me forever.
Wow, what?
I can't believe he would do that, but it's fine. Look, he's got to celebrate because he's probably in, just on his rolls, like on his placements alone, I do think he's probably in the top 4 while we're waiting to get the numbers. I can't predict that, and I'm not a numbers guy myself, but just from the numbers we saw of that, I do think our winner is Squash. Squash plays so very well across all 3 of those races, and it's a talent. It's a specific different game here. There's a lot of players in the Mario Kart world that will say, knockouts added, it's extra, it shouldn't be a part of it all, but it really is something unique to the game, and you have to kind of be able to play it. It's a different way to run the game, and it's so important to it at the same time. Numbers coming in, all 6 of our players fared fairly well. We did see a little bit of a disparity amongst the Grand Prix section. I don't think we're going to see nearly as close. I don't think it's going to be nearly as different. This is going to be fairly close once Discount Bowsy continues to crunch those numbers there for us. But it has been an incredible day of Mario Kart here in Plainville, Mass. I love this. I love these cups. These cups are so much fun. I've seen so much esports in my lifetime, so many, and every single time I'm out here in Mass, I'm never disappointed. There's always so many interesting characters, so many great players bringing us some of the top tier Mario Kart, and just so much talent across the board. We joke about Bowsy being, kind of the meme of us, but he was a former pro. He's played at PAX. He's seen the good days, and for someone who's coming in cold off the bench like that, it's always impressive to see how he manages to contest with some of the best still talent. It's just so funny because he could still come off and just, fight with everybody, fight with the best. You coming in or what?
I mean, if you want me in.
I don't know, man. Dude, it's just me talking at this point. I don't got
Get
nothing.
in here.
Get in here. It's literally just me just vamping for time. I need some. Dave's got to do some number crunching here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Bowsy, though, kudos. Great play, though.
Thanks.
I mean, we were joking. We meme on you, but you are very, very good. You understand these knockout courses differently.
It's the only thing I play. So,
but talk to me here because I'm the tourist. Like, what makes the knockout course is so much more different and so like it's not the same as just running circuits. What makes it so different?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's mostly intermissions. That's one of the big things when it comes to knockout tours. There's also, when you're focusing on mostly the intermissions, there's also a lot of cuts that you would usually not be able to perform because usually you're saving up your items for that final big section.
Yeah.
When in this case, you could save up your items to go on these big cuts or whatnot, or you can use the advantage of the charge jump to go on these sort of interesting sort of cuts. So there's a lot of different cuts that people have learned from knockout tours. So it's very much a mode that is constantly evolving. It feels like because it's like everyone's learning these brand new routes in these modes.
It feels like it's a whole different game.
Oh
in
yeah,
some ways.
it is a whole different game.
Yeah, like I was kind of alluding to this earlier. Is that we've seen the traditional run the circuit Mario Kart, and you and I have talked about this in the initial Mario Kart world launching. There was so much pushback to knockout. So many players were like, no, I don't want to run this. This shouldn't be a part of it. But I feel like it's a part of the game. You have to be good at it. You have to kind of be able to play a little bit of both.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely is a type of mode where you can skip it altogether unless you come here to PlayEX tournaments. But for the most part, it's its own mode.
Yeah,
it's its own mode. It's a fun mode, and you could still play. It's still a good mode to play, and it's a good mode to hone in on your intermission sort of strategies. You saw some of the strategies there I was using that are mostly on intermission stuff. So you can run those strategies and learn as you go along. So.
All right.
Though I will say that Golden Rally was dumb because I had a good option, and I swear to God, the CPU lightning bolt definitely could be a human lightning bolt.
It could have been.
Item management is big on that, and that lightning bolt was literally I could see a human player putting that lightning bolt off. Because I asked everyone else, who put that ball off, and no one said anything.
Let's see where you ended up, because our numbers are in, everything's settled. Let's see how you did, because I had high hopes for you going into this. Not to put you down, but I had high hopes, and I figured you would do okay. William Cree coming out at 75 was actually not what I expected.
He finished first twice and second once, I believe, is what he told me. So
okay, that makes sense then at 75.
Knockout tour standings on the board.
Squash and Ember, 2 and 3. A tiebreaker going to Squash. Squash did end up having Squash was my actually expected number 1 out of this. Coming in at 4th yourself, very respectable there.
Yeah.
Bowsy, just missing the podium, but balancing.
Yeah, that was because of that 8th place on.
That 8th place was brutal.
8th place on Golden Rally. Again, literally nothing I could do there.
And same
That's one of the bigger problems as well. There's nothing you could do. I could have probably gone for the food, but yeah, difficult.
I'll get it up. Bowsy, you take it off as you are a competitor. We've got William Cree coming in. I'm going to get out here.
Yep, William Cree coming in here for an interview. Not only... Yep, get that on, William. Congratulations on not just the free-for-all victory, but also the Knockout Tour victory. You have cemented yourself as the king of the Northeast. How does it feel?
It feels great. Every time I come out here for one of these tournaments, it's always a good time, great scene. Always fun meeting good people. And hey, this was probably one of my best tournament runs of all time. Obviously, we did have some people who were supposed to come, but things came up and they couldn't, which it's unfortunate. But hey, a win's a win, and I'm blessed.
Yep, it's a win. It's a record. It's a record saying that you have won this tournament, both the normal races and the Knockout Tour. Obviously, you mentioned those sort of players, so take me through your thought process coming into today, knowing that, thinking that these players will be able to come up. What were you thinking about heading into the races? What was your sort of process of how you're going to approach the races, the tracks that you were going on to, all that sort of such?
So I know we were supposed to have Kryn and Pluto come in today. They're both incredibly strong players, both holding a world record. Kryn holds the record on Burnout, and Pluto holds the record on Crown City. So I was hard playing those 2 tracks earlier today before I came over here, and then obviously they wound up not showing up. So I mean, hey, I got some practice on them anyway, so they're tracks that I need to work on, so it'll help me out in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Take me through one thing as well, because we were talking about this on the broadcast, is that the difference between circuits and intermissions.
Yes.
It definitely seemed like when it came to the intermissions, the people here were able to kind of break through you a little bit. You would feel that's the exact same way, yeah?
Yeah, I would say that intermissions I'm not as well versed on as I am on the regular tracks, just because I come from the competitive scene. They usually we ban intermissions outside of playing in 24 players. So I don't really practice them all that much. Sometimes there'll be side tournaments online for Knockout Tour, and I'll play that, but that's really it. So yeah, it definitely left the door open for them. And hey, they did good. They did good.
Yeah, definitely still a strong performance either way here in the Knockout Tour, in the tournament. And speaking of that Knockout Tour, you said you had those experiences with Knockout Tour tournaments. last year you didn't get as best as you were hoping for. 4th place in the knockout tour last year. This year you come home with the championship. That has to feel good, obviously.
Oh, it feels way better. Yeah, the Summer Cup last year, I got I think it was 12th or something, or not even top 12 in the the bonus thing, and then Winter Cup, I just wasn't a great showing for me. Obviously, I mean, we had Awoken there. She's an incredible player. I believe her and I are on very similar levels. So, it's not surprising that she balled out. I didn't. Hey, it's whatever. So, but today, yeah, just something felt different, and I was able to go.
Well, technically it was different. We got a new patch with new rallies and the new item system, so
yes.
you gotta love those. You gotta love those incredible single red shell pulls in 18th place.
Yes, that
Trust me, I go through them all the time. It's even worse when the boost steals it all every single time. So
I've lost count of how many races I've lost in competitive just from my streams getting ghosted right at the wrong spot.
Yeah,
trying to run away with the race.
Yep, constant problems. But nonetheless, congratulations on your 2 victories here at the New England Summer Cup. And we hope to see you next year for the New England Winter Cup 2027, where 3-peat?
We'll have to see. That is the goal. That is the goal. You heard it here.
All right, we'll see. William Cree said the goal is a 3-peat here in the New England scene. Your champion of both the free-for-all and the knockout tournaments, everybody, Mr. William Cree. But that is going to do it here for our broadcast from One Up Games here for the New England Summer Cup 2026. A special shout out to Dave for not only hopping on the cast hopping on the cast when I ran the knockout tour, but also running all of the production here, running all the bells and whistles, and making sure everything was up to par. For my wonderful co-caster as well, So Abdanam, being able to fill in the gaps while I was in the game, as well as help me out in the amazing cast. My name has been Bowsy. Until we meet again, we hope you all have an amazing night, and we'll catch you for another production here at PlayEX Esports.